Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Chad with Take One Film and Video here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I've got Brian, our director of cinema here at Take One. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing well, man.
All right, well,
Here
we are talking about the Fujinon 18-55 again,
Yeah.
but this time we got a little more information.
A little more feedback.
So this lens has just now made its debut, and today is the 1st of March, 2017, and a couple weeks ago we got to sample this lens. We had a short amount of time to take a look at it. We had some preliminary information. But now we've got to take this out, and Fujinon hosted shows all across the country.
Yeah, all across the country, from west to east. We had shows going on, different DPs and directors got to take a look at it, study the lens, and check it out. We had one right here in Nashville.
Yeah, which you were able to help put together for Fujinon. And
had over a dozen guys come out and check it out, all DPs in their own right, just wanted to see what Fuji had to offer. A lot of folks have been anxiously awaiting something like this. Now, this has only been out a week, and now that it's out, it kind of blew up the internet last week.
Yes, it did, and so we wanted to kind of follow up with some more things that we've learned other than what we initially found out. So we got the good and the bad, so let's talk about that.
Well, what we did was we were graciously invited in at Doug Bates Video. They gave us use of their space. We put this lens on another FS7, and we had a Fuji 20-120 right beside it. We lit a little scene inside their space, and we tested the features of the lens. You know, the 20-120, which we know well and we love, and now this new little brother to the 20-120, and they matched up extremely well.
Well, that's impressive.
We saw a lot of the same. Some color qualities out of the lens from the 20-120 and the 18-55. We saw the clarity all the way through, and we saw that same, you know, no light loss, no ramping in the lens. And
no breathing either.
No breathing. Yeah, you know, when a lens this size at this price point, you would think that you would expect some breathing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when guys were racking focus between, you know, the stuff in the foreground and the rear, there was not any breathing, which is just a beautiful feature and a cinema quality in a piece of glass like this.
That's really great. Now, we talked about the macro feature on this lens too, which is impressive in itself.
Yeah, everybody, once they realized it had a macro button, which I haven't seen a macro on a lens in a long time.
Well, it's broadcast guys see them all the time.
It's a broadcast feature, so you know you don't get to play with that macro feature. I carried diopters around with me for a decade, and now you know I can pop in. We were this close to the front of the lens, and we were catching focus and was sharp as a tack. It's actually really pretty that fall off with macro. You know, some guys had never seen that kind of thing before with a macro on a lens. Some of the new DPs were really impressed with that feature.
Right. And it's not gimmicky. I mean, this is totally legit.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely. It's sharp as a tack. It's really, you know, it dials in, it pops focus. It looks really good.
So now, tell me about some of the negative points that you figured out, because we know that everything is not a one-size-fits-all.
Fuji has lenses. This is, you know, a $3,800 lens, and they go up to over $100,000. Right. So you got to get something for $100,000. Well, the closest pairing would be like the Fuji 20-120, which we had it right beside.
Which is a serious lens.
It's a serious lens. It's got mass, and it's got a really nice range. You know, that's a does-all kind of lens.
Right.
But it does have mass, and guys that want to use handheld and that sort of thing, this lens was really appealing to them, more so than the 20-120, because, you know, if you're going to be handheld for a long period of time, you know you're going to be wide, this 18-55 is a perfect fit. Now, where it does start to show that the 20-120 is a superior lens, when we started testing flaring. So when you're shooting light right down the barrel, you can see some of the flaws in a lens, and that 20-120 holds up beautifully. It has a really unique flaring quality that minimizes that milky, low contrast look that you get with flaring. They really have the anti-reflective coatings, and that's true on this 18-55 as well. But we did see in certain situations at certain focal lengths, we got a little bit of aberration and discoloration.
But we're talking about dead
on,
right?
Yeah, we're talking about right down the barrel, and we're not seeing this everywhere. In fact, when we're just a little bit indirect in that light, get that flare indirect, it was really quite flattering. We got some warm glow. That was really nice.
So really what you're saying is kind of the negative parts of the lens are created in scenarios that most people will never
you try to avoid that situation for the most part, you know, unless you're a really unique situation where you want that. So that's where the 20-120 shines and on up the food chain in Fuji. But this 18-55, man, it got a lot of people really excited.
Now, so the next version of this is coming out, the 50-135.
50-135.
And we are already taking orders for that. We know we got a launch date of June or so, maybe sometime this summer, 2017. But we're already taking orders, pre-orders on that right now on our website at take1.tv/shop. Right. And you can already buy this lens today.
Yeah.
Like right now.
They're shipping like yesterday.
Yes. So get online and check us out, www.take1.tv/shop. And you can also call us at 1-877-81-TAKE1 or email us at mail@take1.tv. Please check out our channel on YouTube and check out our other videos. And as always, we appreciate your time, Brian. And yeah, we're looking forward more to exciting stuff about this lens and can't wait to see that 50-135. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be good.